However, funnily enough, Andrew Tate, of course, summed it up pretty well. Now, I know, of course, in my audience, some people like him, some people don't like him. Either way, have a listen to this, and this will sum up our government's agenda when it comes to the invasion of the Third Worlders.
I'm going to make the entire world make sense to you. I'm going to oversimplify some things, but I'm going to explain what's going on because you're confused as to why our politicians seem so evil, corrupt, and inept. So let me explain it to you. The people with the money control the politics. Most of you understand that. Politics is simply money. Lobbying, media, all this crap is owned by very, very rich people, and they basically decide who gets to be in power. The people with the money for the longest time understood they could make more money if they improved the lives and improved the quality of Western society. By improving Europe, improving America, improving the standard of living for the constituents of these countries, they could make more money. But like all things, the pendulum swings. And it got to the point where people got a little bit lazy. They wanted health care. They wanted to only work certain hours. They wanted good living conditions. And one day, the rich people woke up and realized, wait, we can make more money now by destroying Western civilization. We don't make more money by making it better because the people in the West now are very decadent. And they've started to pay a lot of attention. And they start to do these investigations. And they've started to notice how corrupt everything is. And they're starting to notice how much money we're stealing. You know, if we could just replace all of them with third worlders don't complain about governmental corruption, ever. So if we're corrupt, we don't want Westerners with law degrees looking up what we're doing. We want a whole bunch of third world slaves in the country because they're not going to pay attention to all the money that goes missing. On top of that, all markets can be longed and short. You can make a bet on basically anything on the planet that is going to go up or that's going to go down. You have heads and tails on the coin. It is much easier to make something go down than make something go up. So if you flip a coin, heads or tails, well, that's 50-50, right? But if I said to you, I have to make a bet. I have to bet billions of dollars on the UK getting better or the UK getting worse. Well, if I bet on it getting better, I now have a whole bunch of work to do. I have to make it a better place. Do you have any idea how difficult that is? But if I bet on it becoming a worse place, well, that's easy. Very easy to make it worse. You just leave it as it is. And bore a bunch of people who don't really like the place. Stoke civil tensions with the media. Make the prices of everything go up a little bit so people are angry and poor. Done. My bet pays off. I get rich. So the people who are in charge of the global capital, and these people have power everywhere, and these people live a good life everywhere. They're not worried about Europe falling apart because they have a beautiful mansion in Ghana. They have armed security in Bangladesh. They don't care. They're fine everywhere they go. They've sat there and thought, okay, we can make a lot more money by destroying the West than improving it. In fact, it's got to the point where improving the West doesn't make us any money at all because those lazy Westerners and their standards of living and they're paying too much attention and they notice too much. This is really annoying. Let's just destroy everything and benefit off the chaos. The reason you can know they're doing this is because they were doing this in the second and third world while improving the first world. When Europe was improving and America was improving, they were looting Africa and looting all these second and third world nations. Some countries always been getting screwed so another country can do well. There's two sides to the coin. And it's basically inverted. Instead of destroying Africa, instead of destroying India and destroying the Middle East and saying, let's destroy these places so Europe can do well, they've decided, let's destroy Europe so Middle East can do well. If you had to place a bet, a $10 million bet on a country like it was a racehorse, and you had to bet on the United Arab Emirates or the UK, and in 10 years from now, you're going to measure all the metrics and see which countries improved the most, which one you're going to bet on. And you're not even a professional. You're not even a banker. You're not even somebody who could actually affect it and make it happen. Not only can they make the bet, they can then affect that bet. They can bet on the Middle East, they can bet against Europe, and they can make sure their bet pays off. And these are the people with the money. And these are the people who choose your politicians. So when your politicians seem to be destroying the country on purpose, and you sit there and go, why is the politician destroying the country? He works for us. Doesn't he want the country to be good? Doesn't he want the country to do better? Well, the answer to that is no, he doesn't work for you. He works for the rich people who put him there. And the rich people want the country to be worse. So that's why it's getting worse. None of this is accidental. There is no such thing as accidentally not having a border and allowing unchecked migrants to turn up and paying for them all to come. There's no such thing as accidentally screwing over your veterans while giving houses to people who have never even lived in the country. There's no such thing as accidentally letting knife crime run rampant or accidentally letting violent criminals out of jail over and over again. This is not an accident. And to put it down to some degree of stupidity, and that it's ignorance, and that the woke left mob, and they have left woke judges who accidentally let the murderers out, that is optimistic. Because the truth is far worse. The truth is this: the people who are actually in charge of the world have decided to enact a controlled demolition of Western society. It is purposeful. They have decided on purpose to destroy the Western world. They've decided to destroy our way of life. They've decided to destroy everything we grew up with and believe in and know. They've decided to destroy it. It's done on purpose. And they've done it so they can get more money and more power. Because once they turn the first world into the third world, they then become rulers over the third world. And the third world rulers have real power. Think about this. I could talk about this forever. Does Keir Starmer have real power? I mean, can he walk around and randomly point at someone in the street and say off with his head? No, he can't. But in Saudi Arabia, they can. In lots of countries, they can. In Indonesia and Bhutan, whatever. A leader can say, get him, and that's it. So the first world leaders who have been put in place by these oligarchs, this shadow government of money, understand that if they collapse everything, if they replace everyone with third worlders and rebuild it back up, not only do they get a lot richer, they get a lot more powerful. And anybody who understands the world understands that the number one thing people with money and power want is more money and more power.
There you go. I mean, that's a good explanation. That would make sense on what's currently going on with inside the Western world and that. He makes very good points. As I said, you don't accidentally let people in. It's all sort of controlled. I certainly do believe that. And we've got maniacs like him running around our nation. And this is just one story of many that you hear in the United Kingdom with regard to illegals. Wake up! Fucking wake up. Guys, do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.